Right, so we cannot answer one drop because of how we are opening on mana, but we can counter the next play. And I mean, we are starting to have some options. Our opponent very explosive draw with elves on turn 1, so it's probably still Badger, and that's something we want to counter the most, because Badger is always the play. Always the play. And this really slows them. Like, if they activated this 2 mana, that would be kinda massive. And now we can prepare for the Space Dragon, because instead of having obnoxious levels of mana, like, you know, 15,000 on turn 3, now they are actually playing by the normal Magic rules, which is crazy. So we can exhale the next play, and we'll just stock up on the next main phase and try to hit a land to prepare for Deadly Cover-Up. They will have one swing with Space Dragon, and I mean, then we sweep and we should win. So that's the game plan. That's the game plan. How will it end? I don't know. Alright, so they're going for the Earthbending. I see how it is. 3 creatures forever. Okay, so this is interesting. I think we could try to hit their elves. I think this is decent. We basically attack their mana base because we don't want to sweep on the next turn. On this turn, we want to tap out fully, hit a land. I guess we can play a tap land here. We are not doing anything else anyway. Do we go for X? It is a good card. Wait, maybe we have a dragon. Wait, maybe we'll go land into Exhale and kill the dragon? They can play it. Man, this is kinda crazy play, but I like it. I think it might work. It just might work. We are not killing this. Like, without Badgers, it actually does nothing. At least for now. And I hope for a land and Space Dragon, man. There's no way they will see this coming, right? Because, of course, the dragon is like 0-3. Oh, they see the priority. So before it gets the counter, you can kill it with Exhale. The Earth Crystal! What? Okay. Oh my god, so they will go for this one. I mean, we can go for the Exhale then. Man, that's wild. Let's behold the dragon. And they will keep using this one, so we actually need to be a little bit more aggressive. Alright, alright. The text on this card. Alright, so what are we doing here? I think we wait until they activate it and then we Marang. I don't love missing lands here. Our opponent's spamming emotes as the classic aggro enjoyer. But that being said, we have a lot of Demolition Fields. I guess I had selection of Demolition Field, but I was kinda excited for this Exhale play on the Space Dragon. But maybe we should have gone for the Demolition Field. We still have 2 more, so we'll probably find another. So I'm not super, you know, rough about this one. Especially that we can Marang here. And I will probably play a land and pass the turn, I guess. It seems they still have a land. This doesn't have an ability for 0 mana. Yep. So they went with red. Let's go, Marang. You need to solve few things for us. We definitely want the land. Honestly, I don't think we need this. This is kinda expensive. Day of Black Sun will do the same thing better. We play the land. Okay, and honestly, I think we're kinda cheating. We're on 19, so that gives us plenty of time to ignore it. Even though they're getting basically a factor of 4/4 tokens forever that cost nothing. At some point, they still need to pay mana for it. I mean, we counter. We could draw a card, but I think we just go with this. They probably have one packed turn that they can double spell on. So we counter this one. If they... yeah. Yep, the cabbages gone. But they still can make a play. They can make another creature. So we have a very good play of the Black Sun once. Yep, that's why I went like this. This is why it's kind of funny because this was so telegraphed. Like, we literally didn't draw cards to make a second play, and they still went for it, man. So I'm pretty happy with this one for us. And I think we stock up because this is such a good play here. Okay, Marang, man, those are good cards. We cannot counter the next spell, so I'm not sure if it's still worth it. We could just out-Marang them. are not very good at defending against this kind of threats. Like, we are great at, you know, just defending forever. Our opponent, not so much. Unfortunately, this is non-land, but we'll try to make it work. And still a 6-7, so it takes a lot of time for them to go through it. Like, they need to put counters again on this, and then we can just sweep it very easy. Alright, that's fine. This is also a good bounce target, so we could go for Crystal and the Doll. And that also prevents the extra counter, so that would be nice. We can kill the arena too. Man, I think that we're pretty... Alright. And here's the Badger. But it's crazy because Badger at every single point of the game, it's always insanely good play. Like, you normally when you draw 2-drop at this stage of the game, it's like, yeah, it does nothing. Well, Badger still does crazy amount of stuff. So they just got this for 0 mana in a way, because they get 2 extra mana from this. What do you do? I don't remember. Earthbend 2, whenever you put counters, gain... Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Our opponent is extremely excited, but I'm pretty sure they will lose this. So we will EP at the end. Earthbending 2. We could kill it if we care. But I don't think we do. We take 8 damage, maybe even more. No, they just gain life, it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Yeah, so this card is not really relevant. The only relevant part is that it's so inefficient that it actually costs way too much mana. And this is a bad thing for us. Yeah, they are going to attack. I thought that they skipped combat phase and I was like, what? What? So we could fully sweep here. Or we can shoot the Sheriff and then get the consult the star charts on the next turn. But I think we just take damage here. We tap fully. They can make additional token and swing for 4. And then we go Marangs. I kinda want to win this one, you know? So let's solve the problem. We need to overpay 2 for this guy being so inefficient. Like, it's a 4 mana 2-2, but it's actually an upside for this one turn. That's kind of funny. So, they cannot really protect those creatures. They still lose all the abilities. So the board is clear. Unfortunately, no downside after they lost all of those lands. So they will still have tons of mana after this. And of course, double Scry as the reward for getting swept. This is great. I think they need to draw a few cards after it. So they will go for this guy. Probably reanimate this and hit 4/4. But this is our opening. Wait, how does it exactly work? Okay, I actually don't really remember. So we exile. We get... Yeah, when our opponent is extremely I made an emote especially for today. Shh. We are thinking here. Okay, so now we are entering the stage where we should take over the game. We could just honestly kill it and get the land for Ugin. But I don't think it's colored. I think it's colorless because it's a land, so we cannot exile it. We could also draw some cards. You know what? I think I know. I think I know. We are going for the classic control past the turn, because I really think they might get very excited and pump it to 8/8. And then we can get an incredibly juicy turn. Basically, we answer for 2 mana their whole turn. But what they really should do is make another one. But of course they are greedy. They really want to taste this win. And we can kinda get it. Alright. Going to attackers, of course. Also have double removal in case they have some weird protection spell. They kinda played like they have a protection spell, so this might be an option. Let's see. Especially that Snakeskin Veil gives the counter. Alright. So we got a very juicy turn here. And we can get into Ugin, get rid of the crystal and start life gaining. So this will be a bit of a problem for our opponent. And we need to prepare something for it. I will go with the good old smiley face, I think. Listen, it's justice at this point. But definitely we need to fight for this one. Well, to be fair, this is better. We just need the right cards. It's 2 out of 6, so let's go for this. And Marangs can always be useful as creatures later. And our opponent should know that suddenly things are getting a little bit wrong for them. Let's go double Demolition Field. Yeah. Oh yes, oh yes. And now we get Ugin, which seems to be a pretty good play. And no crystal for it. And this is where we enter the control stage of the game, where those puny decks with infinite creatures are nothing to us. And let's start doing some cards, shall we? With some really cool art. Alright, the life gain is very important here. They cannot deal 9 damage to Ugin, they cannot deal 10 damage to us, and now they fall off incredibly hard. Oh, now you are the prey, my oh, it's a cute tutu. And nothing more. Yep. I mean, they basically negate the +2, so that's a lot. So at this point, our opponent will have less and less options. We have also double Demolition Field. So let's start showing our opponent the true might of control deck. So let's go for this. Yeah, we just want to make sure that, you know, the train of creatures stops, because that makes it way easier. Suddenly they will be actually forced to play cards to get free stuff, you know? So far they are just literally playing the game out of lands and nothing more. They also don't get the Scry because we don't kill this one. I think we have a lot of swamps, so we should be fine on basics. We actually even have the island, so I'll take it. And now we go for this. This way we prevent the whole game plan that they relied on the last 5 or 6 turns. This is not threatening, and of course we can kill it at any point. And this is why we have Demolition Fields, by the way. You could tell how hard it would be to beat this without Demolition Fields. And also for Cavern of Souls and Cavalry. To be absolutely honest, that's like the #1 goal for us, but you know, it works on tons of decks right now. I still have something on Boros Mana, or maybe it's just filtering. I'm not sure if it holds priority. I think it might. I'm not sure. Okay, they can hit with 2/2 on everything, unblockable. So our opponent, wait, did I? Oh. Our opponent is probably doing stuff. Like, I needed to focus, so I muted, but it's part of the charm at this point. So let's see the play. That's a freaking Great Worm. What do you even do? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage during your turn. I mean, let's get our opponent a little bit excited. I think they need some fun here. Because of course we don't need to counter spell it, we can just de-end it and make sure they don't have this ever in the game. Is it to face? No, combat damage, and so we do it now. Let's get rid of it. That will be the perfect turn. And as you can see, step by step, and I want to see this crazy creation. Oh my god, let's see. Oh man, they have doubling season. Yeah, of course, Space Dragons. So they are mostly like a counter aggro deck. With also, man, like this is some crazy stuff. Alright, so with Ugin we should be able to keep tanking forever basically, and as you can see, there's less and less that our opponent actually can do against us. So now let's go for Ashiok. We know that now we can start making creatures. They cannot really go for it. How do you exactly work? If a card was put into exile this turn, Earthbend. Oh, it's only exiled when it's exiled. That's fine. So we chill. We can defend. We still need 1 counter spell open. I honestly don't remember what this card does, but I see X, a lot of mana, so I assume we probably will just counter it. And a number of permanents. Alright, so they can get a lot of random permanents. But they will probably tap out fully for it, and I think at this point, this might be one of the few last turns they will be in the game. Because we cast Marang at the end step. Do we even care about this guy, honestly? I don't think we do. I don't think we do, because it does kinda nothing. We'll just kill this because it's a non-land, so Marang cannot bounce it. They will get the Scribe, but that's it. Alright, so we killed this one. We play like this because Space Dragon is extremely slow card. If they don't have a board already, it takes forever to keep going. And we will just keep bouncing everything and hitting their face, while Ashiok exiles cards, makes tokens and makes those bigger. So we should be absolutely reversing the game very quickly here. So they can get the Scry, they like the card, it's on top. And of course we always need to hit this one counter spell for the big stuff that they have. Let's get all the mana maybe. And this will be our cool Marang for the turn, while keeping the counter spell. So now we are entering, you know, the kill phase of the game, where our opponent cannot really do much, they don't have powerful plays, the board is ours, we get more and more stuff every single turn. We could even bounce Ugin. This is such a fun interact. I could use Ashiok, make tokens, and then bounce it and replay it on the next turn. But I don't think we really need to. For the next turns we'll keep exiling. We can even get more mana if we want, but not really. And we can also make a couple of 3 steps ahead, you know, make a couple of Marang, and that kinda should be it. We will end the game very closely as we started it, on close to 20 life. And that's the first swing of Doom. As you can see, our opponent is not emoting anymore. Like, I don't know what's the difference, something must have changed. Suddenly, no cabbages. Alright, alright. We need to prepare. Yep, they can do it. Like, this doesn't matter, so we just ignore it. They get a counter, it's a 2-4, and we can still draw something at the end step. I will keep Marang, it's a good card. With this we can probably just find Shoot the Sheriff and kill it, just not to even invest mana, because I think we should be close to Lethal. It's 18 damage, I believe. Oh man, those are some cool cards. I mean, we will go Liliana, because it's cool. I like Liliana. One of my favorite planeswalkers, man. And so we go for this. Oh, we didn't even pay life. I forgot about this one. I guess we just need to win the game. I wanted to play Lily, but we don't have mana for everything. So we'll just play this. You know, bounce the thing, and at this point they cannot even defend against this onslaught. Like, those will be tutus, because we will exile a card with Ashiok. I should just probably keep bouncing those, but it doesn't really matter. And you can even make an infinite combo with Marang, bouncing Marang if you want, but we don't even need to. So yeah, this was a little bit overdue for our opponent, but they got what they had to get. And we actually will be above... Man, we are at the same life total. This is why Ugin is so good in this deck. Especially that Dimir doesn't have the life gain, you know? Yep, a lot of triggers. And well, that is a pretty serious swing. This will get way worse for our opponent on the next turn. As you can see, not a single emote anymore. Oh, they went all in. Oh, they feel the pressure. Nope. I think this one is deserved. Oh, not even a good game in the end. Man, this is a very rough hand to keep. We actually have 0 cardo. And if we hit the wrong matchup, we have whole dead hand. I don't think we can take it. I think we need better road than this. You know what? This at least gives options. So, obviously it has less options than the previous one. Well, it has more options but less interactions, should I say. Like, we actually cannot interact with our opponent at all until turn 5. And it turns out the previous hand was better. Always fun to guess, because the problem is that if you meet a control deck with hand that is lands and 4 removal spells, and you have only 2 lands, so very likely you will get mana screwed. That's kinda game. Like, there's not much you can do. Here we can try to do stuff. Alright, so this could be some dinosaurs. So we are in a very rough spot. We need to find answers like yesterday. And with this draw, we have one turn extra, basically. We can play a tap land. So our new game plan, based on this one draw, we get rid of this play on this turn, and we try to survive into Deadly Cover-Up. We have to counter, it's too much damage. Like, you know, we'll kinda die if we don't counter it. And they don't control another dinosaur, so this actually saved us 12 life. And this will be probably the reason why we have time for Deadly Cover-Up. So this has to be Marang. We have a basic, we have double black. We cannot miss a single play this game, guys, so we need to be kinda aware. And thanks to this single counter spell that we got from Consult the Star Charts, listen, I wasted a card for this play because we didn't go for the kicker. So that was the worst thing you can do to a Dimir player, wasting a cool card. However, we needed to do it because this would kill us. See, and now they are going into all-in mode, which won't work because we are prepared with Deadly Cover-Up. And man, I think we actually made perfect decisions this game. I'm really happy with this one. Let's go, I guess Watery Grave, so we don't need to pay life. Negate, of course, a bad draw here. Marang, amazing draw. We have a basic, so it's always a better land. And I mean, this board looks a little bit better. The game is not fully over. They very often have wave 2, so, you know, we might still need to, you know, hit some removal and sweepers. And we, of course, cannot get rid of this guy. But now we are entering the stage where we have some control over the game, and that's massive. Of course, we could just smack Marang, but what if they have a big play? And this is tapped, so it's basically a 3-3. It looks like a 6-6, but it's a 3-3. Because it attacks every second turn. And do we want to draw cards? I mean, Negate won't really matter this game. Maybe it will hit something, but probably not too much. And they are so low on mana that Exhale should be good enough. Like, cycling cards here is kinda massive. And we still get the Marang. I will keep the land. Land is good. So they hit face, we go to 8. Then we have one turn to just chill and do whatever we want. To be absolutely honest, we could try to play it a little bit lower on mana, because this could be a card with this card. If not, we have to... You know what? I think this is the right play. No. We'll just discard something what we draw, because we're getting 3 new cards. One of them has to be worse. And if there are 3 perfect cards, that means we have a stock up or more Marang, so it doesn't matter. So I think it's good enough, especially with this round. Rising. Create X green elemental creature tokens. Oh, that's a lot of them. But we can kinda sweep if we want. Yeah, I think this is what we do. They can plot, so it's not flashback. Oh, it's 1 token. For some reason I thought it's more. They cannot give it haste, so I think it's fine. I think it's fine. For some reason I thought it's X tokens. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of tokens for 2 mana. And no attackers. Honestly, we could just tank it, but I don't think we need to. So let's go for this. With this land, we can be wasteful. Even if we miss, it's fine. And we probably go for this. We still want more lands, probably. We Deadly Cover-Up. We have Marang. Guys, we need to play it perfectly. Okay, and this will be kinda perfect. So we go this. We Deadly Cover-Up. I think we Evidence. I have no idea what exactly we'll go for, but there must be a correct choice. There must be something that is annoying. Obviously the Hammer Skull is big. Oh, man, I'm thinking, like, why would I even think about it? There's one card that is very different than the rest. Alright, hand. So this is like a fight spell with a counter. And of course Ballot can be countered. So this is our Shoot the Sheriff. Galta, big creatures, Imperiosaur. They can protect stuff. We kinda need to get them, man. Like, they have a lot of powerful tools, especially with the lands, and we don't have Demolition Field. So the game is actually still not over. We need to kinda fight for it. I expect the Ballot. We shoot the Sheriff it, and hopefully that's end. This is just fight spell. Yep. We cannot counter it because, you know, it's a creature. And let's see. Oh, they go for the counter? Oh, that's a little bit... wait. Wait, does it work like I think it does? Is that 0/0 token? Yeah! that was filthy, man. Oh, that was kinda filthy. So we could just go with Marang, honestly. And in this situation, you actually want to go for this play. Even though we don't have too much, value, they have tons of threats in this deck. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And we have a counter spell, so whatever they play, we can counter the first threat. And now we can go with Reefs. Our opponent, no, man, what's up? Wizards? Alright, so we go for this. We want to speed up lethal. This will be 2 turns for our opponent to draw something. And whatever they draw, we counter it. So it has to be uncounterable spell that deals 8 damage to our face. Do we mill them? Honestly, I don't want to give anything to our opponent. Let's just keep them as they are. We don't need anything more to close this game. Man, I'll be honest, I think we kinda crushed it in this game. From start to finish, this was the mulligan game, right? So, we actually won this on 6 cards, man. Oh, I'm really happy with this one. Man, I swear, we played 25 lands and we are drawing like we are playing 15 or something. Like, we need to mulligan again, man. And we still got 2 lands. What is going on? We should have like between 3 and 4, I believe, right? Because it's 25 out of 60. So it's nearly every second card. So it should be like between 3 and 4. So we are pretty short. At least we have Terminus, so I will keep it. But man, do we go for the... Man, this is such a good early game. I think it's Lily. Oh man, it's such a pain to give up such a card, but I think this is a good starting hand. We of course lost a ton of value here, like having basically your win con on turn 1 just makes you absolutely sure that you will be able to close the game quickly. But here I think it's still fine. So we can kill it. Yeah, I think we do. I think we do. This lets us keep the tempo. We have to behold the dragon. So we have very nice start, but nothing more. Literally nothing more. So we can go Aether, Terminus, or Exhale. Okay, I will hope, like, it's not possible we will keep missing lands after mulliganing, like second game in a row. Come on. Oh man, Shuffler is doing us dirty. And this is why Slickshot is such insane card. Well, I spent my full turn to prevent the play, and the play still happened. Oh man, and our opponent is literally playing the whole hand without playing a single spell. So this feels okay, but it's actually not okay. We are every turn more and more behind. Okay, this is the first good draw of the game. Oh man. Okay, with this, maybe we can recover, but this, I'll be honest, the start is a pure disaster. Like, you won't draw worse than this guy. So if we can win this, you can win everything with this. Yep, we cannot do much here. That's not great. We have only 1 counter spell. And yes, you guessed it, they play 0 mana spells because they can play spells without us being able to counter it. That's a disaster, obviously. And that's probably a game. This is why I never was fan of plotting on Slickshot, because it lets you play around things that normally aggro shouldn't be playing around. You know, with basically no downside. Yep. There's not much, like, we literally cannot do anything. They will unload the whole hand right now, and this will be a 7/7. Nothing we can do. They also know that we have all the counter spells, and you guessed it, we still got mana. I'll be honest, I'm not even fighting this guy. It's only between me and the Shuffler at this point. This is kinda ridiculous. So we will pay life because it saves our Exhale. Like, I'm always a little bit baffled with games like this, because you know you should never be playing situation like this. But you still will. You still will. We don't even have Deadly cover up for the next turn, man. Yep. 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 So yeah, I'm kinda salty about it. Okay guys, so we are on the draw, but we have Exhale, so we can go with Marang. And oh boy, we probably need to kill a creature. I think that's the play. It is here for a reason, so let's kill it. Like, getting rid of their elves is actually kinda big deal. especially that they might sometimes even miss a land drop because they rely on those elves to also curve out sometimes. And if you get rid of the Badger, suddenly, you know, they don't have as even close to mana they usually have. We probably counter it, it's doing so much. When we sacrifice the creatures, yeah, I mean, this is such a pain on so many levels. And a great counter spell target, just to show that we can. Just to show that we can. Let's go with this one. We actually don't have place outside of countering a spell or killing a creature. This of course cannot be countered because, you know, why would you counter stuff? Fortunately, is that every creature spells you control cannot be countered. Well, if you thought that you can counter spells with counter spells, well, why would you ever think this? Guys, they invested into 2 mana, 3/2 trample haste that also prevents prevention. So that is a pretty big deal. Like, I really had all the answers to Badger, but you know, just being control, you know? What can I say? Aggro is getting some good cards lately. So we get rid of this. I'm not a fan of it. That means they keep the Badger, and with Space Dragon suddenly it gets very scary. That being said though, we have options, and I think we can still salvage it. And that turn was so painful, just uncounterable Badgers. We could DN to prevent the mana, but they still have 4, and then they can hit us with Space Dragon. So I don't love this play. Right now they have what? 6 mana, but we have Marang. Yeah, like we know that the thing is here. I guess we could get rid of it. You know what? I like this play a lot. I don't believe you need a stop, but I'm making a stop. Let's go. So this is hopefully out of the game. I don't... Bro. Moment you remove this, they are just literally out. Man, we went through uncounterable spells. Elves into Badger, into 3/2 Haster, and we still beat it, man. Ugin, you are in the wrong spot. You are a 7-drop. Take your rightful place at the top of the curve. So guys, this Dimir is absolute classic, and I have a lot to say about this one. This should be solid. I will show my results and what you can expect, but it just has all the answers, win cons, and it has this cool gameplay of, you know, having Planeswalkers as the win con. But before we go there, because there's so much more than this, our absolute legend for today is Paolo Migliorini. I hope I said it right, and I made sure that today's deck is not red and it doesn't get less red than Dimir Control. So this one is for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you for supporting the channel, and I'm really glad to hear that, you know, you're enjoying the decks. Thank you for that. And about the deck, basically our win cons are threefold. We go Ashiok, Liliana, Ugin, kinda on curve by the way, and especially with Ashiok and Ugin, it gives you this card selection that you very often need to close the game and just get the right answers. And of course we still have backup Marang, Fountainport, we have uncounterable spells, so this is very nice addition. We can cycle cards with, you know, with this land. So we have tons of options in this deck, and we basically, in the long game, can kinda deal with everything, at least as long as it's not an artifact or enchantment. But for this you have counter spells, you also have a little bit of Heist. It's mostly just to know what you are dealing with. Like, guys, even though discarding is important, seeing your opponent's hand exactly for a given turn is very important. It often exactly tells you what is the winning line of play. And of course you can steal something, so against control decks you will probably gift a card, steal a counter spell. This is basically a must counter, and you open your main turn with it, and then you drop the, you know, the bombs after they counter this one. And you wait until they have 3 or 2 mana, so they can counter only one spell. You open with this, they have to use the counter, and then you have free reign over the rest of the turn. So we have like 6 extraction effects, which is a lot, honestly. And with Terminus we can ramp a little bit. So it's like the Dragon team is also really helpful. Having this removal on turn 1. You can also play Stab, which kinda doesn't require the Dragon. We don't have too many, but I checked all the Dimir Dragons, and I mean, nothing makes more sense. Regent seems a little bit too slow. There's also another dragon. Maybe we'll try it at some point, but it just doesn't feel to be in line with the rest of the power of the deck. So, yeah, honestly, this deck has it all. A classic Dimir. We went 3 and 3 with this one. And even though it might seem, alright, it's 50%, and honestly it's pretty good, generally most of the decks right now in Standard have like between 50 and 55% win rate, and this deck should probably hit somewhere here. I've seen similar versions and they usually like are solid, and over time you will rank up with them. As you have seen in some of the games, sometimes you will just get a game you cannot win because you just don't hit the right cards. However, you will also get the opposite. You will get all the right cards and then your opponent feels like, what can I do? Well, they just scoop. So, classic Dimir control experience. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all the patrons that allow us to showcase all those cool decks every single day. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, because Dimir control is my all-time favorite. And this type of deck, exactly as you see, is probably my favorite way to play Dimir, with planeswalkers, counter spells, a lot of card draw, and some juicy sweepers that can manipulate your opponent's deck, so you can actually choose what you are playing against. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow.